Hello, guys. Welcome back to Mobile Football. We're back again with another stream. We will be talking about football, talking about Arsenal, we're talking about Chelsea. Because we've talked about Chelsea in the first stream, we'll talk about Arsenal at the moment and how we expect them to perform in this season. We know they've started very well this season. Actually, in the 7 matches, they've won 6 matches, collecting 18 points. So a good start for Arsenal. For a long time, they've not started well. In the past season, for this season, they've started well. They have young players, they have a young coach, a good manager, a good tactician. We'll see how they perform this season. Because we have an Arsenal fan who will be joining me today. We'll talk about Arsenal. A lot of things to discuss about. Look at the expectation that they have this season for the team. So there's a lot to discuss about. Of course, I also will be joined by a man from fan. He'll be telling me about Martinez, talking about the injury of Marshall and how you expect the team to perform after the international break. So, interesting fact that are going on, of course, we know very well that every time that Varane goes for an international break, comes out of the international break injured. They know what that spoils Manchester United fans, what they expect from Manchester United. And good performance the partnership between Varane and Martinez has been very good. They've been getting results, they've been getting the clean sheets. So, guys, we'll be discussing about all these things with the Manchester United fan, with an Arsenal fan. Of course, I'm a Chelsea fan. Earlier, we've had a discussion here with also a Chelsea fan. We talked about the team, talked about some of the expectations that we have, the new manager, and a whole lot of things that we discussed. So again, it's going to be a continuation of that. We'll also look at the players that we have at our teams, some of the players that have performed well in the teams, and some of the players that from our own experience, we've seen them not performing very well. So we'll look at them. A lot of things to discuss. Of course, we've not had a discussion here for a long time. So it's a good day for us. We'll have a lot of things to talk about. So welcome, guys. We're here for the first time. And don't subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. So that each and every time we are here, we are having a discussion about football. The first one to know and give us a contribution. So thank you so much and welcome, Brett. Welcome back. Welcome back, Brett, man. It's been a long time, man.
Yes, it's been a long time, but eventually we are now back.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, I know you are a happy fan, man. Your team is doing very well. You've not tested a draw. I think you've only tested a defeat, which you fought hard. At least you lost honorably. You won't say that you were outplayed or there was maybe you didn't perform very well. At least you lost honorably against Manchester United. So that is maybe the only thing that you can you maybe say that you didn't perform very well in that match. But at least you've won the 6 matches that you played, apart from only one match.
So actually, I'm a very happy fan, as you said, because actually we lost against United, but it wasn't that bad. Actually, it wasn't that bad because actually we saw that we tried to fight until the end. So I still give my players credit for actually for everything because they really tried. Actually,
Yeah.
and even after losing against United, we played against Brentford on Sunday. We still won. So we can see that my Arsenal players are really trying to give something for the team. They are really trying to win games. So I'll have to applaud them for that kind of spirit. And we move on, and we will try to win the rest of the games. Actually, even if we lose, but actually we are looking forward towards winning games.
Yeah, exactly. So even without party, of course, in fact, the game that you lost, you said, according to you, the problem was the midfield. Of course, Lokonga was there, was playing, was trying to fill the shoes of Partey, but it did not happen. Because Partey came back against Brentford and he had a very good game.
Yes.
So then you had Fabio Vera who also scored. From what you saw, I mean, what do you say about the midfield? Of course, we know that Odegaard also did not participate in that match, but Fabio Vera came in and replaced him very well.
Yes, as even the day we signed Fabio Vieira, I think I told you is
He told me. I didn't know about him either.
yes. Actually, when you remember, like Porto played against Liverpool last time.
Yeah, I remember.
So yes, so
Yeah,
actually that's when a lot of football fans noticed Fabio Vieira because he was the one like on the spotlight. Actually, he was the Porto player who was playing really well
yeah,
against Liverpool. So that's when people noticed Fabio Vieira. And I think I told you when
yeah,
we signed Fabio Vieira, I told you that this guy will fit in very well according to our system, according to
yeah,
our style of play. I
exactly.
told you that this guy will be a very good fit for Arsenal. So I was expecting good things from this guy. When I saw him starting on Sunday, actually I
Yeah,
never had any worries. I was very
exactly.
okay and I was very confident because I
Exactly.
knew he will perform. Because even when he was subbed on against United, actually you could see what this guy was trying to do.
Yeah,
Actually, when he came in, there was a slight difference. So I think
exactly.
Fabio Vieira is a very good player. Actually, he really stepped up very well because Odegaard was injured and the guy really performed. He got a goal and actually
Yeah.
was playing a very good game.
Okay, thank you so much, DMTV Kenya. Thank you for being with us. Thank you so much. At least you've told us that our sound was a bit poor, but we've rectified it, and at least we've decided to do away with the background music. Thank you so much for helping us to improve on our sound. So let's continue. Of course, as you said, Fabio Vera has come in and he's replaced Odegaard very well. Uh, some of the attributes that he has, at least he shoots, something that we don't see oftenly from Odegaard.
Yes,
Probably the only player that plays at that position that also tried to shoot is only Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe is good also in shooting, but
yes,
with Odegaard, he's very good at creating the chances, and every time that he's somewhere near the box, he tries to make to at least try and create a chance. But for Fabio Vieira, one of the attributes that he has, he likes to shoot from far. At least when he gets a chance to shoot, he does it. And the consequences of him shooting, at least he got a goal against Brentford. So when you look at that, again, at least you have someone to replace Odegaard at especially at that number 10 role. But now the problem, I think, it's now the double pivot. You probably, if one day you lose Shaka, is it Shaka or Zaka? Zaka, uh, maybe he gets an injury, which we don't pray that he gets an injury. You do you have anyone to replace him at that? One of the probably have a box to box midfielder. Do you have anyone to replace him at that midfield? As you all know that, as we all know that, also Partey, when he gets injured, it becomes a problem to replace him.
That's why I said that we have to buy a new midfielder because
Yeah,
I was expecting us to sign Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa, but actually those guys wanted a lot of money, of which his contract is coming to an end. We
yeah,
offered a lot of money, by the way, like he has only half a season. So I think
exactly.
we offered the right amount of money, but those guys were not ready to let him go. So I think they're ready to see him leave on a free transfer. So I think the only guy who can play on that position when maybe Shaka or Partey is injured is Mohamed El Neni. Mohamed El Neni can play, but actually he was injured. So I think he's the only guy who can step up very well because he's a very good player. He's experienced and he's very clinical as well. But for us, for Sambi Lokonga is very young. He doesn't have it. Actually, Sambi Lokonga has poor decision making. So I think
welcome, Mike.
That's the problem with Sambi Lokonga. But actually, Sambi Lokonga has to learn from these players with good experience. He still needs some time. So I think actually we still have to buy a midfield. Actually, I need to see Arsenal with we need to have a complete team, whereby when someone is injured, we have a backup player. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Wow, welcome Mike mazee. Umepotea sana mazee, hata kama Arsenal yako inashinda kila time mazee.
Asante mazee, nikuwa busy kidogo, alafu
maisha tu vile umerudi kwa Arsenal tutaanza kushindwa.
Si Arsenal ni timu ya baba hiyo, heshimu.
While you are away, you guys were winning so many matches and then you decided to appear.
We always win. Win. Ni ile tu Manchester walitupata wakati hakuna midfield. So they had a walkover, wakafanya vile walifanya, lakini watakuja tu Emirates. And then
hiyo game it was critical to not having a good midfield because when you look at Manchester,
nikiangalia midfield ya Arsenal, Sambi Lokonga vile nimesikia huyo rafiki yangu akisema he needs time to grow. Anafaa enda on loan pale ile timu yenye Lokonga watu inaitwa Lyon or something like that. Alafu akirudi will be good.
Naona kuna comment hapa inasema I cast Manchester United to lose 4 matches as we draw 1 game. How will that help you guys?
Well, sorry, Ebu ngoja. Repeat. Ebu nirudie your comment.
No, he said I cast Manchester United to lose 4 matches as we draw 1 game. Probably the next 4 matches. Manchester United unajua wakishinda the next game, of course wako na 1 game in hand. Wakishinda hiyo game watakuwa 3 behind you.
Well, next game tuko na Tottenham.
Going to be a
Tottenham wako Emirates, so we're gonna win that game anyway. So sijamuelewa, mimi sijui vile anasema, lakini I don't know what to comment anyway. Maybe rafiki yangu anisaidie.
Okay, Reg, unasemaje kuhusu that comment? He says of course you can read the comments. Iko hapo kwa screen.
Actually, I don't think if Man United are going to lose 4 consecutive games, I don't think so. But actually, I expect them to lose against Manchester City because next match they have Manchester City. So I expect them to lose.
But they always turn up for such big games. I don't know whether that game will be at Etihad. It will be at Old Trafford. I always see them turning up at Etihad Stadium. But at Old Trafford, sometimes when they play that derby, they don't really win. But at Etihad, they really turn up at that match. Because they're inside at the moment.
Let them turn up then.
Be it at Etihad or Old Trafford, they'll just lose. I expect them to lose that match.
Let them turn up. Wakwe Old Trafford, wakwe wapi, waacha wa turn up vile wanataka. Tuone vile watashinda.
Actually, I'm even worried because actually Arsenal will be having a real test. You know, since the beginning of the season, we had a test against Man United, and Tottenham is a very tough team. So that will be a real test. Actually, I'm even worried. Actually, I know my team is a very good team. And another thing is, actually, I'll tell you one thing. Gabriel Jesus is 4 yellow cards.
Oh, he has 4 yellow cards.
Yes. So when he gets another yellow card against Tottenham, he will miss the game against Liverpool.
Okay.
So this guy has to be very careful against Tottenham. When he gets a yellow card, he will miss the match against Liverpool.
And you know that is going to be a London derby. I don't think he'll actually needs to be very careful because that match.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So when you look at
he'll have to be careful. I don't know. Not unless Arteta starts in Nketiah. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know what they'll do now. I don't know what they'll do.
Wow. Let's wait and see how. But of course, from what I've seen from Tottenham, they are not really a good team as per se because I saw them play against Porto. Is it Porto? Sporting Lisbon, and they lost.
Yes.
Actually, they lost that match. I think it's just because they have good players up front, the likes of Son, the likes of Hurricane. Those guys, when they get a chance, they score. And again, I saw their midfield is a bit progressive. When you look at Bentancur, and also nowadays it seems like Hoiberg and Apiga Ball Mbele is a bit progressive nowadays. They have good players, the likes of Bentancur and Hoiberg are good players who progress the ball forward. About their defense, I'm not sure about their defense. Of course, they even conceded 2 goals against Leicester. So you guys have a chance to beat Tottenham. You have a chance to beat Tottenham. That one, I'm very sure that, and especially that game is at Emirates Stadium. So you guys have a chance to beat Tottenham. I think you will be the first team to beat Tottenham this season in the English Premier League. Because outside their lose game, people forget that this team is not a match.
Tottenham.
It will be a very tough game. It will be a very tough one. So actually, I hope for the best, but it will be a very tough one.
Yes, Mike. What do you have to say?
Well, I think mi vile naona personally Tottenham si timu ngumu. Tottenham is not a hard team to beat. So far vile wamecheza.
Yeah. Yes.
Yo, ni aje?
Poa, karibu.
Asante.
Mike, continue. Mike ni kama amepata shida. So, Reg.
Yes.
Amekuona akapotea. So, Reg.
Yes.
What do you expect from Spurs? Of course, as I've said, I don't think Tottenham can pose a real challenge.
Actually, a London derby, a North London derby is a North London derby.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't underrate Tottenham. Tottenham, there is a big difference because right now they are winning games. Actually, they are unbeaten. Yeah. So I think, a North London derby is a very, 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 very tough match. So actually, I'd say it's a 50-50 thing. Actually, it's either they win or we win. Actually, there's no draw. I don't think if there is a draw. Actually, it's either they win. Actually, I wish the best for my team. Actually, I want the best for my team. But actually, that's tough. That match will be a tough one. Especially, I've talked about Gabriel Jesus. When Gabriel Jesus gets another yellow card, he will miss the game against Liverpool. So actually, that game is a very tough one.
Okay, let me read one comment here. Very long comment here. DMTV Kenya says, I don't mean that. I think that is as per what he said. The first comment that he made. I don't mean necessarily 4 consecutive, but Arsenal right now can't lose on small teams that beat Manchester United. Tottenham and Arsenal will be hard for us. We don't perform well after international break. I don't know whether that is true. Do you perform well after international breaks? Of course, some of your players have not been called up for especially these Brazilian players. Mtu kama Gabriel hajaitwa, and also, in fact, all your Brazilian players have not been called up. So you guys cannot complain about fatigue or anything after international break.
It's only Bukayo Saka and Ramsdale
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, let's hope for the best, because actually, when someone says that we don't perform well after international break, I can say that that's only a myth. That's only a mentality. It's only a mentality. But, actually, teams try to perform. They try to do their best. Actually, I can't really say that we don't perform after international breaks. Actually, that's just a mentality.
This season, you seem to be all those records that you've put up before, not performing well, probably after the international break. We'll see. We'll look at that and see whether that will change, because you've started very well. You've won 6 matches at the start of the season. Of course, you've been beating teams that you are expected to beat, and that is very important, because when you're expected to get the 3 points, you should go ahead and get the 3 points. And when you fight as you fought against Manchester United, it was a very hard game, but you fought to the last minute. It's unfortunate that you lost that match. At least Arsenal seems to be a little bit different this season. The mentality is there. They have good players. They have winners. The likes of Gabriel Jesus, who is a winner. He's won. He's won Premier Leagues at Manchester City. So there's a little bit of change of the mentality at Arsenal. So I don't know whether it's that scares Kenan. Does that scare you? Of course, if you win your next match, the match that you have in hand, you will be 3 points behind Arsenal. Are you convinced that Arsenal is way ahead of you this season?
Yeah, for the next 1 year.
Okay, for the next 1 year.
Exactly. Those guys are way ahead of us. It's evident. They are way ahead of Chelsea. The only team that right now can pose a threat to Arsenal is Man City. Okay. I'm expecting them. You see, the next 3 games, Arsenal are playing Spurs, Liverpool, and Leeds. Yeah. Timu ngumu hapo pekee ni Leeds. Hizo zingine watazichapa virahisi. Kwanza Liverpool. Liverpool ndio wachukua form. You see, now Arsenal have much adaptability, flexibility, and they play as a unit. They can pack when there's need, and they can attack. Now the way they transition ball kutoka nyuma hadi mbele, like in as much as when a rival, you just love to watch. They are playing entertaining football right now. Alafu neutrals ndio wanaenjoy obviously. Juu sisi hatutaki Arsenal icheze hivyo. But hao wasi wanagusa kingine mzuri sana. Like you can see what they are doing actually. The process is finally paying off. Alafu the fact that Partey is back.
Yeah.
Now we've been saying at sijui this play akimiss wachasafa. Okay, yeah, they suffered the Partey one versus United. But yenye nilikuwa na expect wasafa ni ya Odegaard na Jesus.
Yeah.
But I saw versus Brentford they really played well. Hata sikomini ni ile Brentford ilikuwa inatutoa mbio even the first 30 minutes. Yeah, they played so well. They closed. One thing I love about football, like football teams, kwanza I loved about Tuchel ni off possession. Like to me napendanga ni off possession. They work so hard and they close down those spaces so well.
Yeah.
That's what team ikicheza hivyo hizi wafunga.
Exactly.
They have so much confidence right now. Alafu going to the Spurs game.
Yeah.
Spurs don't press, don't do anything, but they get results. So your luck itaisha.
Yeah.
Nimewatch game zao zenye wamecheza so far wakashinda, but they've been outplayed. Game kama ya Leicester.
Yeah.
Game kama ya Leicester, kama wangekuwa na goalkeeper mwenye angeweka kwa 2 of the goals that they scored, ingekuwa ni kipa mwingine angesave.
Yeah.
Alafu the goalkeeper made a mistake in the 3rd goal, ikawatoa kwa game kabisa. Team yenye walikuwa wamekuja second half kuua Spurs.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting Arsenal to expose them. Deadly. The only thing that Spurs has ni Harry Kane na Son. Now ndio wamerely on sana. Hadi Son uliona hakuwa na perform the first 8 games. He had 0 goals, 0 assists until he scored a hat-trick. Then alafu what they also have ni a good coach. but the rest of the players are just like they're not yet there. Me personally, before league ends, we can expect Spurs a challenge for top 3. But Sioni they are so wako chini, wana struggle sana to get results. So what helps them ni luck. Now that luck can't be sustained for too long.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, DMTV Kenya. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much. As you say, you'll pick up from here tomorrow. Yes, let's continue working. And as you continue getting us the comments, if you're here for the first time, please continue giving us a comment. Tell us what you think about Arsenal. Tell us what you think about Manchester United and some other teams that you support. So, unajua, as you say that Arsenal are really struggling, ukiangalia ukitumia macho eye test unaona they are really struggling, but again they are scoring goals. They're like the last match they scored 6 goals, and again most of the games that they've played, they've been scoring more than 2 goals. I mean more than 1 goal, in fact. Apart from I think 1 game in the Premier League that they only scored 1 goal and they got a result. You see. With the manager that they have, you can always expect more from them, because if they continue grinding the result and the manager that they have is someone who install the mentality, ile time wata grasp hiyo momentum kwa league. And you see, the most important thing in a winning team ni to make sure that unapata points, the 3 points. It doesn't matter how you get them. And when you get them, especially if you play in a team ambazo you're expected to get the 3 points, it is very important for you. So that one compensates when you don't play well and you've met a team that plays well, na inakunyima the points. So when you look at that, at least wakipiga teams zenye wanafaa kupiga, they draw with the team, the big teams like Chelsea when they played against Chelsea. Of course, Chelsea had played them, but they got 1 point. The luck and everything in our idea. So I think you cannot write them off. They will be in and around the top 4. I'm at top 3 actually, because Liverpool are not doing well at the moment, and you'll always expect them to go head to head with team kama Liverpool. Like last season, they posed a challenge when Conte came in, where they really posed a challenge against Liverpool, and they also really challenged Manchester City. In fact, Manchester City did not even get a point from them last season. You can always expect them to continue the same form. For mimi, I think naona wakiendelea kushinda games zenye wanafaa kushinda. You see, the only challenge zenye tunakoga nazo hizi teams zingine kubwa, it's for example when a team like Manchester City plays against Newcastle, you expect them to get the 3 points, but they end up drawing. Team kama Chelsea kicheza na team kama Leeds, una expect wao wapate the 3 points, but they don't get the 3 points. What will happen when they play Manchester City? Probably lose that game. What will happen when they play against Liverpool? They will lose that game. So that is where the problem comes in. And when you don't play well against the teams that you expect to get the result, it doesn't matter how you get the result. So for me, I think Tottenham are going to be a serious, even though they don't play very well, the luck is there. When you grind results, inakuwa sawa. Thank you. So let's see what will happen. So Reg, okay, let's see what will happen, and we can also discuss what will happen in future about Spurs. They've, of course, Son has come back scoring. He scored a hat-trick. He's not been doing well this season. The start of the season, the first 6 matches, he had not scored. 7th match, he scored a hat-trick. So there's a lot of things that we will see. There's a lot of things that we'll be expecting from Spurs. There's a lot of things that we'll be expecting from that London derby. So let's brace ourselves. Let's wait and see what will happen when the Premier League starts again. And again, with Manchester United, we know there's a record that is there. Of course, Varane, every time he goes for an international break, he comes back injured. I don't know whether that will continue this time, because we've seen a good partnership between Martinez and Varane. So we will wait and see what will happen this time round. if really he gets injured, then that will going to be a disaster at the back for Manchester United, because you've seen every game that he's played, they've gone ahead and won the match. And every game that he hasn't played, Manchester United have lost the match. So we will wait and see what will happen this time round. If really he gets injured, then what will happen to Manchester United, who had picked a good form? So as I was saying, Kenan, kumekuwa na statistic like Varane, every time he goes for an international break, he gets injured. So I don't know what you expect this time round. I mean, because we've seen a good partnership between him and Martinez. Are you concerned that this time round, if he gets injured, you guys are going to lose the form that you've had, especially at the back when umekuwa na good partnership na Martinez?
Sidhani, like, I'm not actually worried about him getting injured.
Yeah.
Like him playing, rather. Siwezi fikiria like ati anaenda kupata injury.
Yeah.
Nugget.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm expecting him to be back fully. Under you saw what Marshall said. Under Ole, he forced players to play through pain.
Exactly. Legs of Rashford.
Yeah, and that really affected them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm expecting Nani Varane to come back stronger and akuwe tu fiti. So kitu yenye ilikuwa inaninia under Ole ni hiyo play through pain. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa na cost na players wengi. Yeah, so na expect Nani arudi akiwa fiti. Varane. Alafu kitu yenye imenibamba tena ni Martinez hajapawa nini? Itwangaje? Visa.
Oh, haja travel.
Feel like Argentinians venye Nani alikufa. The Queen.
Okay,
Kumekuwa na shida nini ya visa kutoka England. Juzi zimefungwa embassy zao. Yeah, so yeah na Romero haja travel. So that's a good thing. Apate rest mzuri.
Yeah.
Then he picks from where he left. Nini kirudi. So I'm really looking forward to how he'll defend versus Erling Haaland. Uzuri ni City don't. Okay, they'll target him in some phases of the play, but City don't go long.
They don't go long, yeah?
Sijaona City wakipiga ati uko mbele wa mapura ati mtu ashinde afikie ball. They don't. They just pass their way through. Yeah, Pep anasemanga you can't score if you don't have the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they must possess. So hiyo pia ndio itatupea edge over inatupea hope. But I'm thinking Nani scoring. Haaland. When he came to the Premier League, he was asked, which game are you looking forward to? He said the Manchester derby. So he has something to prove. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Nimekukatiza nani? Kenan, you had something to continue.
Zizi.
Good. Okay. Then what do you have to say about, as I was saying, I said that there are some news that Martinez hasn't traveled to Argentina because of visa issues due to the death of the Queen. And of course, now he'll have some rest. When the Premier League comes back, he'll have rested, and probably he'll have a good performance against Manchester City. On the other side, you know that every time that Varane goes for international break, he always gets injured. So, what do you expect from the two defenders? These have been the best players, especially at the back. to protect Manchester United defense. What do you expect from them? If really, God forbid, Varane gets injured, who do you think will come in and fill the shoe of Varane, at least to help them play that match?
Actually, I'd say that the only player who can step up is Lindelof.
Okay.
Actually, yes, because Lindelof, according to my opinion, Lindelof is not that bad. Actually, yeah. I would say he's bad. I'd not say he's good. Actually, I'd say that Lindelof is average. So Lindelof, the only problem was Lindelof was getting exposed because he was playing with Maguire. That was the only problem. But Lindelof is a good defender. He's a very good. I'd not say he's the best, but he's a good defender. So I feel like when Varane is injured, let's say Varane gets injured when he goes to international duty. Actually, I'd say that when Lindelof plays with Martinez, actually they can play very well, because actually when you have it's like a goalkeeper. When you are a very, very good goalkeeper, when you are a top goalkeeper and you have very poor defenders, actually you will get exposed. Let's use a very good example. Ramsdale, when he was at Sheffield, when he was at Bournemouth, what happened? The guy was getting exposed. When he came at Arsenal, even Arsenal fans were criticizing him, like, why did you sign for Arsenal? Why did you come here?
Yeah, actually, I also questioned that signing. I didn't know why you signed him for, I think it was 40 million. Is it 40 or 45?
35, yeah. Actually, it was around 35. So that's what I'm talking about. When Lindelof plays with Martinez, actually, they can play very well. But when Lindelof plays with Maguire, actually, even if it were you just get tired. The match has not started, but you just get tired because you know what is going to happen. It's like
I think
now.
For me, I think because now at least Manchester United have picked up the form and they are playing well. Even the midfield is playing very well at the moment.
Yes.
And then the front are also scoring goals. So probably you can try and fit in Maguire. Probably he'll play well. Because sometimes the team doesn't play well. You cannot even fault that to only one player. You should give a chance to Maguire to prove himself. Right now, when the team is playing well.
Let me tell you one thing. Right now, Man United are looking forward towards having a very good player in each and every position.
Exactly.
There's no need of putting 11 players in the field and one is not good. Actually, teams are now trying to play a good player in each and every position. That is what Man United are trying to do. Let me tell you, it's like you being a very top defender and you play with the Koulibaly right now. How you see now? Those are the things I'm talking about.
Koulibaly is a top defender, man. Why do you say that?
He's a top defender, but the Premier League actually has not. I can say he has not adapted very well.
At least he scored a good goal.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Man United are trying to play good players in each and every position.
But at least Southgate has picked him in England team. I mean, he hasn't picked Ben White.
Actually, yes. Actually, I can say that he has his own reasons. Even the last time Ben White was picked, actually, he was picked because one of the defenders was injured. So he had to go for Ben White. So, Ben White, actually, we know that Ben White is just a backup. Southgate uses him as a backup player, not a first team player. So, and Maguire has been there ever since. So, actually, he has his own reasons for picking him.
Okay, Kenan.
Yeah.
Do you really think that Maguire is such a bad player that he can't be considered in Manchester United team again? I mean, for example, if unfortunately, or God forbid, Varane gets injured.
I don't think Maguire is a bad player. But with Maguire in the team, we can't play how Ten Hag wants to play.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not about the midfield, but like kila unit must step up before ikuje sasa kwa hizi other units, seme like sasa midfield affecting the defense ama what affecting what. You see, we are trying to play a high line even though bado haijakuwa incorporated to the team because the guy is not that good on the ball.
Exactly.
But what Nani is trying to do ni at least there are some phases where the keeper doesn't need to go long. He has to pass a defender. Now that defender must be good on the ball na asikuwe na pressure yote.
Yes.
So you can't expect the guy to pass to Maguire.
Even yes, you've reminded me one thing. I remember last season there was actually instead of De Gea passing to Maguire, you remember there was exactly. Now, you even know that Ronaldo told Ralph to bench Maguire. You remember?
Yeah.
Yes, there was an issue. Ronaldo had an issue with Maguire.
Yeah,
so that tells you that they want something that is good enough. They want a player that is good enough. You know, it makes no sense. Actually, up front, you are trying to fight. You are trying to get goals, and a defender makes a mistake. It really demotivates players.
Exactly.
I remember when you had players like Joan Joru and Sylvester. Actually, brother, that was it was our worst season. So that's what I'm talking about. You have having the best players actually makes people be confident. People have confidence. People have that fighting spirit. But when you realize that one or two players are not good enough, actually they do mistakes. It really demotivates players.
Exactly. Drogba always had a party when he met Giroud.
Yes. Yes.
The partnership between Giroud and Senderos. You remember Senderos?
Yes, Senderos. And we bought a player from Man United, Sylvester.
Yeah, exactly, Sylvester.
Actually, it was a nightmare, my friend.
I recently saw him have an interview, and he said that his time at Arsenal was not that good, but at United at least he won titles. But when he came he was already washed. I mean, he didn't help you anyway.
Never.
Okay. Let's now talk about Chelsea at the moment. Of course, we have a new coach. He hasn't coached a Premier League match, and the first assignment he had was in the Champions League. He played a team that, of course, by the levels of Chelsea, we expected him to win that match, and that match was at home. He didn't get the 3 points. Of course, we can at least cut him some slack. It was his first match. He had not even grasped how to at least line up the team. But we expected more from him. I mean, especially we expected more from the team. By the fact that we had not won the first match, and these are the teams that we could have we expected to get the points. Now the next game we'll be playing against AS Milan, which will give us even a bigger test. So what do you expect from Chelsea now? Do you expect them to at least improve on what they're doing at the moment, or maybe you see it's going to be hard for them going forward? And actually, especially from the manager that, of course, we've seen Porter at Brighton, the likes of the players that he has mentored at Brighton, the likes of course, we've seen Cucurella, we've seen Bissouma who has joined Spurs. From the philosophy that you've seen him deploy at Brighton, do you expect something different from what we saw during Tuchel's time?
What do you expect from a coach who has never been in the Champions League? It's a very
Because it was his first experience in the Champions League. I mean,
that's a very tough task. It's a very tough one. Very, and he was coaching Brighton. Brighton is not a big team.
Yeah.
So right now he is coaching a team full of world-class players. Players like Havertz, players like Pulisic.
Yeah.
You see, those are top players. Players like Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling is also a top player. Players like Aubameyang. Those are big names. Players like Kante, Thiago Silva. Those are big names. So it will be a very hard task for him. Actually, let's try give him some time. Let's try, because actually we also saw him at Brighton, and from the way he plays, actually we know that he has ideas. He has a very good style of play. So actually, let's try give him some time, because he's a very good manager, and he has a very good relationship with players. Actually, we saw it at Brighton. He has a very good relationship with players. He has a very good understanding, and he has a very good style of play. He has tactics also. So let's try give him some time. Actually, he got a draw on his first Champions League game, so it wasn't a bad one. Actually, you guys were at home, but coaching a team that plays in the Champions League, and it is a very first time to be in the Champions League, so it's not an easy task. It's not an easy one. So let's try give him some time.
You see, people are praising him. People are really praising that he builds a good relationship with the players. But the last time I checked, he's not had a good relationship with Mope. You remember Mope? Is he called Neil Mope? Who was, in fact, he left Brighton for Everton.
Yes.
Because they have a good relationship. So I don't know. Is it that Mope was a difficult person to deal with, or still we can also say that it's human to have differences?
Actually, I'd say that I won't be judgmental, but when the coach, that's a single player. When the coach has a difference with few players, that's where the problem is. But I'd say maybe there was an issue between the two. Maybe the player was doing something wrong, maybe, or maybe the coach had an issue, but not be judgmental, because actually when the coach has an issue with some of the players, now that's the problem. But maybe Mope was not doing something right. Maybe it's like Arteta and Aubameyang. You see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such an issue. So I wouldn't say that Potter is a bad manager. He's a good one, because actually we saw him at Brighton. So, and he has a very good understanding as well. So let's try give him some time, because he has new players. He has a top world-class players. So it's a very hard task. And as I said, it is his first time to be in the Champions League. He has never managed any team that is in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So there is a difference between Potter and Arteta. Arteta was at Arsenal and he played in the Champions League for Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Potter has never been there. So let's try give him some time.
And he also assisted Pep at City. They had Champions League night, so at least he had the experience of coaching a team in Champions League or in big stages, in the Premier League, Champions League finals or semi-finals. So at least he had some experience in big stages.
Yes.
So Kenan, there is something that you told me, especially when we were watching Chelsea versus Salzburg. Something that you highlighted, that it was very true, that Chelsea off possession, they didn't seem to be compact. That is the main. That is the difference that you saw between Chelsea and Tuchel's team and Potter's team. Yeah. So that one, I think I also observed that. But again, the problems of attack were still the same. We created a lot of chances, but we didn't even score.
I saw in Daily Mail Potter saying he'll be giving anaitwanga jo kijana. This young striker.
Broja.
Broja will be his first choice striker.
Wow.
Back to what Nani was saying, Reg, I think the Mopey case ni indiscipline.
Okay.
Mopey aliona ako undroppable, like Welbeck hawezi cheza yeye akiwa bench. Yeah, so coach akamwambia mimi ndo najua. So ni indiscipline case. He's a good manager. Na he did some, he has some PhD in what course?
Yes, some masters sijui na nini. He has some masters in some course dealing with
people.
I don't know what dealing with human whatever.
Exactly. So he has good relationship with players.
Yeah.
Actually players like Mount need to be dropped right now. Like I don't see what he brings to the team other than running around. He doesn't create like nini creation yake inakwanga juu he takes corners and free kicks.
In fact hapo sasa ndio huo msema ananiudhi kabisa, especially in the corners akipata kona 7, 5 of them he doesn't even be the first man.
Exactly. So that's the problem with him. So I think Potter needs time to know his players.
Yeah.
Even you saw nani anaitwaje? Huko cha Manu, Ten Hag.
Exactly.
Ilipigwa mbili proper ndio. Ikam jumpstart akajua this is what needs to happen. Yeah. So pia Potter needs that waking up call. It will have been a perfect game you versus Liverpool if it was not postponed. Ingekuwa perfect game to gauge where you guys at. Yeah. But ikakuwa postponed. But regardless, I think he needs some time to share his ideas to the team, his philosophy. Alafu ajue the right players wa kutumia kwa hiyo philosophy. So bado Chelsea fans nini complaining that you killed the man but not the idea, because he still selected three at the back with one auxiliary center back. Na anaitwanga Azpilicueta was forced to play at right center back.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so I'm expecting him to come with his own ideas as yake kwa team. Then we see from, I guess, give him some. Actually, October is packed with a lot of football.
Yeah.
Kuna Champions League, kuna Premier League. Na November kuna World Cup. So October kuna games up to 13, I think. So I think by the end of October, the run of games ndio vizuri zinakuja mapema, aone venye style yake kai inachezwa ama ichezwi. Alafu he knows what to do. Then I guess you'll go big again on winter signings. Mumpe signings zenye anataka. Now I'm sure you'll go for a midfielder or two and a creative one and a box to box one. Alafu na you need a creative midfielder.
Jorginho seems anaweza enda Barcelona. He wants to run out his contract so that he can also join Christensen at Barcelona. I think we should sign another player. Even Kante seems to be also doesn't want a new contract. Alipewa contract at 2 years plus 1 akakataa. He wanted 3 years. So at least we go big on kwa transfer hapo midfield. The problem is that we don't do signings mapema. That is a problem, because at the moment unaangalia we sign players kama league bado yaendelea. Look, the likes of Fofana and Aubameyang came in when the league had already started. So when you look at that, unaona team haina plan. Because one thing I credit Arsenal for this season, actually, they identified the players that they want very early. In fact, walienda pre-season na players wao kama Gabriel Jesus alienda, Zinchenko came in early, Gabriel Jesus came in early, Fabio Vieira came in early. So at least it becomes easy for the manager to sell the idea to those players so that they can integrate with other players. But for us, every time we make a mistake, we sign players when the league has already started. Last time we signed Lukaku, big money signing, but brought him in when the league had already started. So huo player anakuja anakuwa na pressure, anaperform, yani ako na pressure ya kuperform. Mtu kama Fofana, now the pressure kicks in because of the amount of money that he was signed on. That we expect him to perform. He came in, then the weekend in a follow akaekwa game, and you expect him to at least grasp the idea of the manager and start performing right away. That is wrong, actually. It's very wrong. Man City also wanted to beat up because Man City, they went for Haaland very early. In fact, before even the league started, before even the preseason started, they went for Alvarez very early. They just, some of the players that were signed recently ni fringe players, mtu kama Calvin Phillips, they are not even playing. But the main players that they wanted, they made sure that they've signed them early. So I think we should follow that. Even Manchester United should follow that, because if they really wanted Casemiro from the beginning, they could have signed him early. There is a integrate in a team, our idea, because he's a big player and there is a lot of expectation. You see, these players are human beings. They come in. I remember the first interview that Cristiano did after coming back to Manchester United. He said the first match he played against Newcastle, he was a bit nervous. Una imagine tu kama Cristiano anasema he was nervous because of the expectation yenye alikuwa na mafans walikuwa na expect. Amekuja, the league is there, he's expected to score goals. So he was nervous na mtu ameperform in big stages. So these players also are nervous, because if you sign for these big clubs, Man United, Chelsea, and Arsenal, you come in with a lot of expectation. You are expected to perform. So at least you need time to make mistakes in the training, pre-season, but a time you could grasp what the manager wants. So I think hapo ndo Chelsea wanakosea with the new management. Todd Bowley mazee ananishangaza sana vile ana approach decision zake sahihi. Hata sijui anataka kutufanya sijui Cowboys, London Cowboys. I'm not sure whether that is true. He's trying to kill our brand at the moment, man.
That's the problem with American owners.
Yeah.
Actually, today today. Okay, I knew this.
Yeah.
But imekuja to media juzi.
Yeah.
You know who only wanted to sign to United?
Haaland.
Yeah. But alipewa nani?
Alipewa that time, hiyo season ndo alipewa nani? Cavani.
Odion Igalo.
Oh, Igalo, yeah, exactly.
Adi nani Haaland came to holiday in Manchester. He had a talk with Ole.
Okay.
But wakaambiwa so vitu kama decisions kama hizo important ndio owners wana miss. Sorry, we even had a chance to sign Martinez and Anthony for 90 million, the two of them. But I tumewa sign for 160 million because of
both
of the board. So who ni wenu anafaa kulearn from that.
So Reg, unasemaje kuhusu Todd Bowley, man? He's making changes, and this is the problem I see with him. He's actually doing a lot of interviews, man, saying unnecessary things. There's total nothing that he says in those interviews, because he's trying to sell a plan that, for example, he came with an idea of having the North versus the South at kukuena All-Stars teams zina play. The problem is that he doesn't even know where to fit those games. The calendar is so packed. Even tukiondoa World Cup this season, next season again, there's no time to play such matches. But he still have that idea. Anataka kuleta ideas ambazo I don't really think they are making a lot of sense. Even though it's a good idea though, to look at that, at least it entertain fans to kuwa na team kama hiyo North versus South all-star team.
Kwanza North tunakuja vibaya. Man City, Liverpool.
Yeah. Reg.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Actually, I'd say that your owner is very clueless.
Yeah.
He's very clueless because actually, unajua, this guy, I don't think if he has ever been like into football, this guy has never been into football. So I think, when you're not familiar with something, actually you should try research, or you should try to learn from what you see.
Yeah.
As Kenan amesema, actually he should be trying to learn from other owners, because yeye aliona like Abramovich was doing a very great job. So angekuwa amepick from what Abramovich was trying to do, actually it would be something very nice. It is not shameful to pick from someone who was there. Actually, angetry to learn from the previous owner, like how was this guy working? This guy was working like this and this way. Actually, hata kama there was some things he would do away with, zingekuwa a few things, but angejaribu carry on with what Abramovich was trying to do. Kama kuna vitu angechuja, zingekuwa vitu few sana. So say like is like, okay, I'm the new owner, let me try implement my own rules, my own strategies. Actually, hata hajaangalia like how are these strategies that I'm trying to implement. The guy is like, let me try come up with new strategies. He doesn't even care if they will work, they will backfire. Actually, I don't think he's just clueless. He's just there. He's just there because he's the owner. So actually, the guy is going to mess you up.
The first mistake.
He's just making headlines.
The first mistake I think he made is to let Marina Akinachek leave.
Yes. Those could have left anyway. Those eventually they could have left, especially Marina angeleft too. I think makosa alifanya alikuwa kama cheka ishie.
As you lost everything, like you lose footballing brains. This guy has never owned a football club before.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how things run. Juzi ameenda akaongea na mtu wa Salzburg, like he thinks money is everything.
That's what they think, man. Yeah.
Sahi Salzburg wamekataa kumpea huyo director of football.
Wamekataa, yeah.
Wamerevoke your decision. So say like in a way ana disrespect vitu juu ametoka kwenye ametoka. He doesn't understand how Premier League works. Nobody has ever come with that idea at sijui North versus South. Like huku ni real enemies, football.
Yeah.
Real enemies. You can't expect a United player to play in the same team, like not international but club with a Liverpool player. Ama United player. Yeah, so angekuja kwanza learn how the league works. Akijua venye na work, alafu ndio atafute footballing brains, awambie niko na hizi ideas, tebu tuone venye zinaweza tusaidia. Si kwanza kuongea tu hivyo, na it's like bringing the Super League back.
Exactly.
Actually I'm thinking about sasa tungoje sasa our sign Zlatan sasa.
Of course, anaweza sign mtu yeyote huyo.
Actually, in fact, I've heard that he's still insisting of signing Ronaldo. I think in January utaona hiyo story ikiwa revived. He still wants Ronaldo at Chelsea.
Pia naona tuko la nenda Bayern.
If Ronaldo is wise enough, he cannot accept a team like Chelsea. It's better for him to stay at United.
Hata akienda maybe Chelsea watakuwa wametoka Champions League by that time, he won't even consider Chelsea. Because as I'm saying, things are going at the moment. Sioni kama
instead of coming up with good ideas, you are thinking about changing the team's name. Wow, what is that now? London Cowboys. Is that even a name?
That's tampering with the tradition of the team, man. Chelsea is a big brand. It's hard to change the name.
Imagine hiyo kitu inakaa very simple, but you guys will be losing money.
Exactly.
Chelsea, people might think that Chelsea is just a name, but trust me, fans will stop buying your commodities.
Yeah, it's a big brand.
Imagine a fan buying something like London Cowboys, man.
Unajua msee chenye ana target ni anataka promote Premier League USA.
Yes.
He forgets that the Premier League is the best league in the world. Like Chelsea have iko na fan bases around the world, not only England and USA. So hajafikiria outside the box. Kitu kama London Cowboys. Immediately mna change your jina, brands nini zote. Partnership zote wanazitoa.
Exactly.
Hiyo ni timu gani sasa?
Now you see what added
actually London Cowboys ingekuwa inakuja kama like a nickname. Unaona kama Arsenal the Gunners, Man United Red Devils. Hiyo ingekuja like a backup name, unaona?
Yeah.
But actually, that's actually the official name. No.
You see, I heard that unaona ile time tumecheza na nini US.
Yes.
That is where the problem started. In fact, that is where the problem started between him and Tuchel, because he really wanted you to beat Arsenal. He really wanted Chelsea to beat Arsenal in the US so that he can boast kwamba he has a good team. I mean, he has bought a good team, a very competitive team. But you guys mlimwaibisha vibaya sana, mliaibisha Chelsea. In fact, mliwapiga, was it 4-0? Mlitupiga 4-0.
Yes.
Is it 4 or 4-1? I don't remember. I even forgotten.
I think Chelsea fans.
Yes.
Chelsea fans will now understand why Arsenal, United, and Liverpool fans complain about their owners.
Yeah.
Yes.
American people don't know football. They only care about making money.
But at least they don't get involved. Kama huyu jamaa.
Wewe amepotea. London Cowboy amepotea.
Actually, your idea ni idea mbaya sana. It's a very very bad idea. So sijui idea ametoa wapi.
Kwanza kwa banta. London Cowboys lost.
Cowboys man.
Say like unaona, okay, mi kitu pekee nampendia ni ako social media.
But how does that help the team? How does that help the team, man?
You can connect with the fans.
Because let me tell you, you see, sacking Tuchel was a very unpopular opinion from Chelsea fans. Most of the Chelsea fans, of course, they didn't like.
I'll be back in a few.
Okay, thank you. You see, hata yeye kuwa social media isaidii kitu, because sacking Tuchel was an unpopular opinion kwa Chelsea fan. In fact, those Chelsea fans, most of the Chelsea fans walikuwa, they didn't find it good for him to chase Tuchel from Chelsea. Sasa yeye alifanya hivyo. If being in social media is to get the information from the fans of how they feel about the club, angefuta Tuchel.
I think reason yenye like alisema ideas zake na za coach hazialign, so our share the same ambition for the club. That's the mistake he made. I think Tuchel wanted footballing decisions to be made by him.
But of course that was too much for him. I remember
like Juendi anajua ball, yeah?
Yeah.
There's a reason why he said no to Ronaldo. In as much as Ronaldo angekuwa a good short-term signing for Chelsea, both in the field and brand-wise. But Tuchel had a reason why he didn't want him. Huyu msee Todd Boehly alitaka Ronaldo akuje jieni big brand, ameka at Chelsea, US, alafu wapate hizo pesa. So it's all about money orientation. It doesn't make any decision. Now, I think you'll be forced to sell the club.
Yes, I think the other thing I also heard about, he said that Tuchel was not much involved in at least trying and convincing some of the players that they wanted to join the club, because he realized that we lost Rafinha to Barcelona because Xavi got involved in the deal, but Tuchel didn't even call the player to at least tell him the plans that he has for him. And again, there's some news kwamba tulipoteza mtu kama Kunde because Xavi was involved in the deal. but Tuchel was not even ready to do that.
I think I support Tuchel because Chelsea is a big club. I think Germany coaches wanashare hiyo. Like if you are a big club, you should not beg a player to stay or to come. Mwenye anataka akuje, mwenye hataki aende. That's what Tuchel did. Hakuna haja ulete player mwenye hataki kuwa kwa club akuje, aanze kucheza ufala alafu tena you make losses. Tuchel wanted players who want to be at Chelsea and who will fit his style. Yeah, so but huu ona wenu akaona different. But leo nimeona rumors that Tuchel is being considered for Bayern Munich.
Lakini simeona huyo I think ni chairman wa Bayern amesema still they have faith in Nagelsmann. I think bado wanamconsider.
Watapigwa wamfute kazi.
But every time when you see a chairman comes out, ama the president of the club comes out to defend the manager, inaonekana the manager is under scrutiny. Unaona results zake ziko scrutiny. So probably but there's another news nimeona pia that Tuchel is about to join a club that won Champions League just recently. So I think it's not Madrid, and they insisted that it's not Real Madrid, and of course it's not Chelsea because he left Chelsea. Probably it's Bayern because Bayern won Champions League recently.
Of course. Na pia Bayern will move fast because Juventus are not performing. Na Juventus they are not performing. Now when they sack Allegri, the first person they'll consider is Tuchel.
Yeah, exactly. Tuchel,
Yeah, so Bayern has to move fast.
And I think Tuchel will even like the challenge of going to Italy because at least you've not coached at Italy.
Na ataifanya for league.
Yeah, ataenda huko. So you said something at Elimfuta because they did not have a vision, the same vision. I mean, they did not share a vision. But why should even even they share a vision with someone who knows football and they don't know football? Because kiangalia sasa wanamconsult. Because I remember one of the reasons they gave is that Tuchel did not want to even consult them on some of the decisions that he was making. Why should he even consult them that they know nothing about football? It was a very hard environment for Tuchel to work under because ile time yenye mtu kama Czech alikuwa na Marina and especially Czech now because Czech ni mtu mwenye alikuwa ameplay ball anaelewa ball. It was easy for Czech to work with Tuchel because Tuchel alikuwa anajua Czech ni mtu anaelewa football na ni mtu akona education about football. But with someone kama Totboli, if it's true that he even insisted that Tuchel should consider having a 4-4-3 system, then that shows that guy knows nothing. Hata hakuwa amefanya background check ya football and on some of the players that the number of players that should play in a match. Paka ana advise that you should have a 4-4-3 system.
You've watched the interview?
That interview yenye alifanya na Salt.
Yeah, akiwa sijui USA.
Niliwatch some bits but
Adi said that Cobham your academy.
Yeah, exactly. He talked of Salas and Willy Brune that were in Cobham.
Exactly. You see a guy who has not done the background check to know what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so before nani anaitwa juu coach wa Liverpool, Klopp, before he joined Liverpool, he asked for total control in matters concerning football. In matters concerning branding and whatever, the club can do it and contracts. But in matters concerning football, leave them to me. So I think that's the same Nini Tuchel wanted. But this guy wanted to have a say in signings. Like he thinks football is about signing anyone who's in the market. But it's about signing the player that you need to fit a certain system. So I think hapo ndio walianza kusania na Tuchel hawakuelewana. Alafu hii game ya Dinamo Zagreb already walikuwa sha make decision.
Yeah, I heard that. They walikuwa sha make decision.
It came as a huge shock. when I saw the news I thought like nilifkwanza hadi finya nini ya Chelsea hiyo Twitter yenu nione kani parody account because Tuchel was a good coach.
Yeah, he was a good coach. Apparently that alipoambiwa, of course he asked for whether they could sign Ronaldo. He was told no, and again he came back, asked why are we not signing Ronaldo? And he hakuwa satisfied na answer ya coach, alikuwa na second guess coach. So that one's inaonyesha huyo ni dictator man, huyo ni mtu mwenye anataka a yes man coach. I don't know whether he'll get that in Potter.
He will, of course he'll get that in. That's why even he went for him.
Yeah.
Because obviously hata kama ni wewe una coach Brighton then ucho na Chelsea.
That is a big step.
Unaenda strike. He even told you saw in the letter he wrote, he told the Brighton fans that this is an opportunity that comes once.
Yeah, exactly.
So he had to take it. Yeah, so in as much as he's a yes man on the pitch, he can perform. The problem is if he will handle the pressure that comes with the job. You see, for Brighton, the only pressure objective you have is to stay in the league.
Yeah, not to be relegated, yeah.
Yeah, in Chelsea, you have to win.
Every match.
Exactly. Unajua Chelsea for the past 20 years. Amjakuwa used ati sijui ati trust the process, ati sijui club DNA, ati this is how. No, it's either you perform or you go.
Exactly.
Hadi fans sahi. Nyinyi mafans wengi mmekuwa hivyo. Coach mwenye perform mnakola kwe afutu juu. Hivyo ndio mmezoea.
Yeah.
So I'm really waiting to see if Potter can handle that pressure.
It's very tricky. Hatujui kama ataweza kuhandle hiyo kwa sababu it's hard man. Because at Chelsea, even the fans, as you said, we actually we are so much addicted to success. Because in the last 20 years we've won 19 titles.
You are the successful in the last 20 years. You're the successful club in England.
Exactly. So it's going to be a bit.
You're not used to suffering.
Exactly. We are not suffering. In fact, this is the longest we've spent without a Premier League title. Tuko tunaenda more than 5 years without a Premier League title. So it seems that the transition is there. But in along the transition, we've won big titles, the likes Champions League, we've won Champions League, Europa League. So we don't know how to suffer. We don't know how to suffer, and we are not ready to suffer.
Yeah. So
if we really listens to the fans at Onamoto, because kama Potter hata perform, and we have good managers outside. Of course, nimeona Pochettino ni kama anaenda, I think Nice.
Aki.
Yeah, he's considered to that Nice position. I think anaweza enda Nice.
Angengoja achukue Leicester.
With Leicester, I'm not sure. But unajua Leicester ukiangalia,
they have a good squad.
They didn't sign any player this season. So I think I believe in Brendan Rodgers to turn it around. Because hawako msainia player wote na still most of the important players were left. Mtu kama Fofana, mtu kama goalkeeper wao. So I think they still have they'll buy him time. Aone kama anaweza turn it around.
Actually ndio maana hata hajafutwa juu.
Yeah.
Even the owners know that Leicester in the recent years they have overachieved.
Exactly.
Yeah, so wako tu kwenye wanafaa kuwa, though wachachoka hiyo namba yenye wako, but hapo ndio wana deserve.
Wow. We have
Brighton wameleta Pep Jr. They have hired Pep Jr.
From which club? Jina yake ni ngumu hata sijui.
Alikuwa Sassuolo akaenda Shakhtar, sasa amekuja Brighton. He's a very good coach.
Okay.
Really good coach. Yeah.
Okay.
Hata nimesikia interview yake akasema he first called Pep.
Okay.
Actually, Pep called him.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's from which country?
Italy.
Oh, he's from Italy. Ni Muitalia?
Yeah, he's a good tactician.
Okay.
Huyu ameletwa kuchukuliwa na timu kubwa.
Let's wait and see kama ataperform. Unajua. Oh, he was in Sassuolo, si ndio? Sassuolo by the way niliona
Yeah.
I used to watch their match sometimes. We had nilikuwa nafuatilia one of our players who went there. I think kuna jamaa alikuwa anaitwa Jeremy Boga.
I know him. Ako sasa Atalanta ama aliuzwa kwa wapi?
Sijui ako wapi.
Ako Atalanta.
Yeah, I think ni Atalanta, yeah. So let's wait and see. Naye Brendan Rodgers akitoka sijui kutakuwaje. Pochettino is considered Nice ama Juventus pia.
I think Poch is a good manager but is not a winner.
Yeah, he's not a winner. Time yake tu ni
hiyo ndio ita affect us now.
Yeah.
Hawana that kill. Unaona what all they missed? Wala alienda semi-finals sijui sita, finals sijui ngapi. Na never won, like hana that killer instincts.
Yeah.
So hiyo ni makochi kiasi wako nayo.
Exactly.
Even Pep misses that in the Champions League.
I also think Tuchel missed that. He could have won either final ameenda. Of course, in the two finals that he reached last season, angeshinda one of them. I did not even understand. The same opponent na akashindwa zote. Of course, the smaller margins, the penalties. You always say money up to the manager. But when you look at the formation, when you look at the in between the 90 minutes, we had chances to finish the game.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so still that one Squeezy, I think ni very few managers ambao wako na killer instinct ambao they go to win matches. Mtu kama Mourinho, I think he still have that in his locker kwa sababu every final he gets into anapoza. Yeah, so we'll see what will happen. And mtu kama Ancelotti the same way, akija to a final expect him to win. And Klopp hana hiyo. Of course, he won 2 finals last season, but he didn't get that in the Champions League.
He lost the major one.
He was the best manager. So let's see what will happen. International hii unaionaje? Because England wanna play
Italy. I'm actually looking forward to 2 to 3 matches.
Yeah.
England wanna play Italy, then Portugal wata play Spain. Then I think Germany wata play England ama Italy. Yeah. So kuna some big games za kuwatch. Yeah. Though sikuangi like fuatiliangi sana international break.
Yeah.
But down France they have actually problems.
Yeah, they have a lot of injuries, bana.
Yeah, they have a lot of injuries. Mbappe amekataa kupigwa picha na maskini.
Mbappe is so arrogant, man. Hata sijui msee ana shida gani, man.
He's the highest paid athlete right now in the world. So mwezi mwambia kitu.
I always don't have a problem with black players, but Mbappe is making it difficult for me to like him, man.
But I don't think that attitude will get him far.
Yeah.
It'll be just like George Best. George Best alikuwa na attitude kayo akacha kucheza football akiwa 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he needs to change the attitude. Alafu tungoje tena Premier League irudi. Mimi nangoja 2024 Real Madrid trigger list clause ya Haaland. He's taking over the league. This guy will score 50 goals.
You see, I don't know, but you see, unajua sahi ni 7 games in, he scored 11 goals. Of course, the numbers are not insane as such because I remember there is a season, ile season yenye Abraham aliingia kwa Premier League, alikuwa anacheza under Lampard. He also had insane statistics because I remember after I think 5 games, is it 5 games? Alikuwa shafunga 9 goals. So hizo numbers utaangalia when they start playing. You remember there's a time in the Man City walikuwa wanafunga 1 goal wanashinda. So we will see whether hiyo time ikifika, hiyo time ya ku grind results kama yeye ndo atakuwa anafunga. Because hiyo time yeye ndo atakuwa anafunga, because at that time ulikuwa unaona most of the time mtu kama Gundogan ndiye anafunga, mtu kama De Bruyne ndiye anapata hiyo 1 goal, Rodri ndiye anapata hiyo 1 goal. So exactly, it comes a time when it's very hard to get those goals, especially ikifika time ya January, December, hiyo time inakuwa a bit, games ziko packed, tunacheza game back to back, inakuwa hard to get the goals venye anapata sahi. You see, Pandits wanasema anaweza fikisha 45 goals, but I don't think so, man. I don't really think so.
Because he has to stay fit kwanza.
Yeah, he has to stay fit, and he has a problem most of the time huwa anapata injury. Haiwezi enda season kama hajapata injury.
Kwanza time ya winter. Na winter na karibia.
So tutamwona. I don't really think ata break if he tries, maybe anaweza break record ya Salah.
Hiyo na anaweza break, lakini hiyo kufika 50 at 107 goals.
Yeah.
Hadi season ishi, hiyo nao ni uongo, hiyo nao ni siasa.
Sidhani kama atatoboa. The likes of Burnley, okay, Burnley hawako, but I don't know, man.
Kuna one game na Sean Dyche. Wangekuwa na Sean Dyche, hao ndio wangemweka in his place.
Yeah.
Those guys were physical.
The good thing is that after the league resumes, tutamuona akicheza against Manchester United. Tutaona whether he'll play well. That's when the league test will start. We'll see how he plays.
But one thing with him, he doesn't mind if he's involved or not.
Yeah.
He wants to have 5. You saw he said he wants to have 5 touches, 5 goals.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the problem with him. He doesn't care if he's involved or not.
Yeah.
But
and then they have a certain issue that is going on between him and Foden. Foden inaonekana na mnyima ball sana.
Wananyimana wote, hawapasiani.
So I think wakisort out hiyo issue, probably anaweza funga mabao mob sana. But De Bruyne anajaribu kumsupply a ball every time. Now let's finish with this controversial question, between Son and Sancho. Who is good? Who is better than the
other? Actually, give me the chance to break down that analysis.
Yeah.
Actually, Son has been performing. Son has been really performing.
Yeah.
Even stats don't lie. Stats don't lie.
Exactly.
Son has been a better player than Sancho, especially I'll start with talking about the previous season. Son had 35 appearances and Sancho had 29 appearances, of which Son was the top scorer with was it 23 goals? And Sancho had 3 Premier League goals with 3 assists, and Son had 7 assists. So you know the problem was Sancho and the whole team were not performing. Not only Sancho, because it was a very poor season for Man United. The whole team, it was a very poor season for the whole team. So I'd say that last season Son was the better player, of which we know that Son always fights for the team. Like Tottenham have been depending on Son most of the times. Most of the times they've been depending on Son. So I'd say that Son was the better player last season. And you know, one thing I've come to realize with Sancho knows how to deal with pressure. You know why?
Why?
From the way Sancho plays, from the way he plays nowadays, you can observe that and you can realize that Sancho does not force issues. Sancho, his game is like the guy does not force issues. The guy nowadays is you can see is now clinical. The guy is just trying to be at his best. So I'd say that anyway, let's give credit to Son, because stats don't lie, because Son is a better player. Because even Son has been in the Premier League for quite a very long time. I believe that Sancho still needs a little bit time. And now that Man United have another new manager, actually we can see that the manager is trying to get the best out of those players. So let's try give Sancho a little bit time. But for now, so actually, I'd say that, yes.
You see, apart from goals, what else does Son offers you? Because he doesn't really get involved in the game, because apart from goals, and most of his goals are transition goals. He doesn't create for the team. He only scores transition goals. Of course, he's a good finisher.
Yeah, actually, that's
when he's in front of goal.
That's why I'm saying let's give Sancho a little bit of time, because Sancho is a very good player. Actually, Sancho is a player who gets involved in goals. Sancho is a player who gives assists. Sancho is a player who can, he's not selfish as well. That's one thing I love about Sancho. Sancho is not selfish. He can get the chance to score, but he can also give an assist in a situation whereby he can score. So when it comes to scoring, the goals Sancho scores, they are not goals he's forcing. Actually, they are just clean goals, very easy goals.
He's composed.
Yes, composure. Composure is what I'm talking about. Sancho is very composed, and is not. That's why I'm saying he's not forcing issues. So let's try giving a little bit time.
Okay. Thank you. Kanan, what do you have to say? We have to finish now, because
just to add on what Reja said, you see, Son is 30 years.
Yeah, he's 30 years.
Sancho is 22.
Yeah.
When Son was 22, was playing for Hamburg or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Sancho has a better ceiling.
Yeah.
Even though Son right now is a little bit ahead of Sancho juu ako like amepata experience ya Premier League na ako kwa peak ama past his peak. Like sahi Son is on his way downward.
Yeah.
Na Sancho is just getting started. Yeah, so that's what I can and to add on that, I can say Sancho can create Reja sha sema already, sindio?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sancho can create and also score, but he's more on the creating side. Na he has a better ceiling than Son. By the time ako 26, atakuwa amepeak, mtakuwa mnatii form.
Then you see, the reason as to why I wanted to compare the two, it's because I don't really understand why Southgate hampendi huyu jamaa. He doesn't pick him.
Southgate ni English only. Usiwe take serious vitu mse anafanya.
Yes. That's why I was telling you about the Ben White situation, you see.
And Maguire has never played. Ben White has been better than Maguire, but he picked Maguire. Luke Shaw has never played. Chilwell has never played.
Yeah.
Mason Mount has never assisted or scored in the last 8 games. So mse tu like hajui cha anafanya pia
hata sielewi. I don't really understand him, eh?
And that will cost England.
Sasa mse kama huyo mweke na huyo ona wenu huyo wa Cowboys huyo.
They make strange decisions. So let's wait and see what will happen. Of course, Sancho, as you said, he has a better ceiling.
It will cost England.
Yeah.
These decisions will cost England. Na hii ndio okay, in as much as wako na bado generational talent bado, but hii ndio chance yenye you feel like wao ndio walikuwa favorites kushinda Euros. But that guy had the chance ya win game for 90 before even 90 minutes. He had Sancho, Saka and Rashford kwa bench, hakuingiza until akaweka kuuza pena. Hawa si angeweka dakika ya 60 time yenye Chiellini na nani amechoka. Najua je mzee mwenzake Bonucci.
Yeah.
Hiyo mbio yao ingewasaidia washinde game, but hakufikiria. he had a chance to win Euros. Sahi World Cup, England is among the favorites. So kama hata make the right squad,
actually, I want to ask you one question. Was Sancho never picked by Southgate? Because of
he hasn't been picked.
He hasn't been picked. Hata I'll pick Calvin Phillips na ameumia.
Henderson has replaced him. I'm replaced Henderson.
Henderson has been shit. Hata I will not be surprised that Kita Milner for World Cup.
Milner really? Milner si retire ama bado anacheza international football?
Wewe mtu hata kuita John Terry.
Hata kama umeretire lakini bado unaweza itwa tu.
Okay.
Zlatan aliitwa.
Yes.
Only chance they have wanaweza chukua World Cup, but I'm seeing Brazil wanakaa wamejipanga vizuri. They have good talent. In fact, this is one of the best team they have. Hii ndio team poa ya Brazil. I think Neymar anafaa kuparticipate in na win. This is the only chance he has. I think this is the only chance he has to prove himself.
The World Cup inaenda kuwa exciting. I hope it lives to the expectations of fans.
Exactly.
Because it will be the last World Cup for the players we grew watching.
Yeah, the goats. Messi, Neymar, Suarez sijui kama atapata chance ya kuplay. Ama Uruguay
wako World Cup.
We'll see them the last time. They will be having the last time.
Kuna Nunes.
This guy will surprise you guys, Nunes atakuja apiga hat-trick, alafu huyo Haaland atakuwa ananyamaza tu. There is nothing atakuwa anasema.
You see chenye tu ina favor our guys ni their teams ndio zinakuanga na majority of the ball.
Yeah.
As in ukienda kwa game kuface hizo teams, team yako ndio inakuwa underdog. Team yao ndio inakuwa favorite. So hiyo ndio ina favor.
Actually before we leave nataka kuuliza Kenan one question
Okay, continue. Let me get my charger. Seems my phone karibu inazima actually.
Okay. Kenan, what can you say about Fabio Vieira? From the way you've seen that guy,
I saw him in the Manchester United game. Nikasema huyu angeanza to get you form.
So at least
that guy is technically gifted.
Yes.
As in is the Bruno who makes the right decisions, and Bruno is good at the ball.
Yes.
He's very good, very 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 good. You know ilikuwa skill. I thought he'll flop because he came with an injury, but that's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a very good guy.
Kitu pekee nafasi sasa afanya ni add more nguvu kiasi, more weight.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Yes.
Akiadi hiyo
stamina. Yes, exactly.
He presses aggressively. He knows how to pass. He knows how to make decisions kwa final third. Now what I love most about players ni mtu ako willing to take a shot. Yeah, so he's a perfect player. Perfect replay. Kwanza, I think when you'll be playing versus these small sides.
Yeah.
Mtakuwa tu mna bench Jaka, anaanza. Na Odegaard.
Yeah, it will be a very good midfield as well, yes.
Yeah, so you play a 4-1-4-1.
Mse anaweza piga 8 na anaweza piga 10.
He's a very good player.
Yes.
Very good.
So ni mzuri, unaona ni mzuri wapi sana? Mimi naona ni mzuri sana kwa 10. I think he's a bit creative too.
You know, this guy is a player who rotates also, so he can play as an 8.
Yeah, ni Bruno mwenye ako good on the ball na anajua ku make decisions.
Exactly.
Bruno mwenye frustrate.
Yes.
Bruno anaweza frustrate guy.
Both of them are from Portugal, so
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I just gonna do a much of him until you signed him. So I think let me hope that I'll see more of him akichezea Arsenal, and let's hope that maybe tuseme Odegaard apumzike kidogo so that at least we can see what he can do.
Wote pia. Wanaweza cheza wote.
Wacheza wote, acheze kwa double pivot ndo nani? Acheze huko mbele kidogo.
Pati pekee akue kwa pivot. Alafu Odegaard na nani wacheze tu kama unaona United. Wacheza na Erikson na Bruno.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hivyo sasa. Alafu the unsung hero wa Arsenal sasa I think ni Xhaka. Mtu amekuwa
very true, very true.
He has been a good player.
Yeah.
Hata kama marefu anamuonea but amekuwa a good player.
Yes, he's a very good player. Actually season ameonyesha two wonders.
Alafu I think in the next 2 years, 2 to 3 years, mtakuwa mnasikia Saliba is the best defender in all times. That guy is a good defender.
A very good defender, yes.
You know, see jokes, he's a very good defender. I wonder mbona Arsenal walimwacha akacheza nje for 2 years.
Yes, actually it was a very good experience and play time. Wajua angekuwa pale angekuwa demotivated pia. So actually it was a good day. So Chelsea should learn from Arsenal, players like Saliba.
Yeah. In fact, we shouldn't have sold Tomori to
yes, it's a very bad decision.
At least angekuja saidie, because as for now ukiangalia there's no much difference between him and Fofana actually. In fact,
actually I want to ask, was Ampadu your player? Yes,
he is our player. He's still our player.
And you see, selling a player like Ake, I was surprised at that time when we sold Ake. Yeah. I was very, very surprised.
There's a question I asked Chelsea fans juzi after I watched Barca versus Bayern.
Yes.
I wanted to know the thinking process of the people who made a decision to let Musiala go.
Yeah, Jamal Musiala, yeah.
Mlikuwa mnafikiria wapi?
I didn't really understand what happened there.
Because a good player, very good.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
Alafu na mkamuuza hata bila kuweka buyback clause.
Hata I think there is another defender tulikuwa naye anaitwa Mbuyamba. I think Mbuyamba we could have even left him at least pia develop ama tungemwacha. We've sold him, I mean.
You sell players bila kuweka buyback clause. Even a player like Tammy Abraham, you haven't replaced him.
Actually, Tammy Abraham is that guy could have helped you guys.
Sana angewatoa mbali.
One thing hata nimeangalia, I've seen him play at Rome, hata sio kufunga peke yake, but he's a bit creative. Kuna vitu anafanya azini, he's a bit creative. He creates space for other players, especially ukiangalia Diabala. Nowadays, in fact, they lost a match. Hii juzi wamepoteza na I think they were playing against Atlanta. They really missed Dybala. There are things that Tammy was trying to do to at least create chance for maybe to come a Cristante and I think is it Pellegrini, but he was not getting it. The chemistry between Tammy Abraham and Dybala it's really clicking. So apart from scoring goals, he's a bit creative.
Yule saindo mngekuwa mnaita at least the next Drogba pale Chelsea.
But we still have to go buy back close. I think it's going to be activated next season.
Madara mnauza Tammy Abraham unaacha Batshuayi bwana.
These guys wajua tangu nani atoke you see we had tulikuwa na technical director fulani alikuwa anaitwa Michael Emanalo. The guy who signed Hazard, the guy who signed in fact he's the one who signed these young players. Alioleta kwa club, the likes of Tammy, akina Mount, Oscar. In fact, Emanalo alifanya good signing. It was not until he decided he was not in good terms with Jose, and I think in fact Jose ndio walianza kukosana na yeye. That's when maybe kukawa na shida. And Conte, actually even Conte hawakuwa wanasikizana. So with Chelsea at the moment, we regret letting players leave. Mtu kama huyo, and then kuna defender fulani again mwenye anachezea Crystal Palace sasa anaitwa McGuire. He's also a good player. I didn't even understand why we let him go, man. Mtu kama Livramento, right back.
Even Broha.
Exactly. So let's finish now. Maybe tunaweza ongelea 2 minutes now, 2 minutes about the Madrid derby that we watched. Fele Valverde. What do you have to say about Valverde? He always stand up in big games.
The white Kante.
Yeah.
Even not in big games. That's the only guy that I know can play in, except goalkeeper. Anaweza cheza kwingine kwote.
Mseni kali sana. Juzi niliona jazi yake iko na damu after the match, man.
And again, you see, another reason why United fans want Glazers out.
Yeah.
Real Madrid told United tufanye swap deal.
Yeah.
Watupe Valverde tuwape Pogba. Glazers wakakataa. Pogba akaenda to live for free. You see now how Valverde is playing.
Yeah.
That guy is a good player. Alafu, I think Atletico fans need to be banned. Because there's no way you'd sing to someone that is a monkey, hivyo kwa public.
Yeah.
Before game yanza walikuwa naambia Vinicius that is a monkey.
That was wrong, man.
But I think walipigwa venye wanafaa. Na this might be unpopular opinion. Ama inaweza kuwa controversial, but I think Simeone is overrated.
Oh, really?
He has a good set of players. Na anaamua kutumia pragmatic approach.
But that is the only way that he knows.
Yeah, football revolves. You can change. Kama Mourinho ana change. Mourinho siku hizi anacheza attacking football. Who's Simeone?
But the expectations are different. The expectations are different.
But you see, for Mourinho, that gave him, for Mourinho, Conte, Tuchel, hizo vitu zilimpia trophies. Msa ameshinda trophy ngapi? Moja ama mbili?
Against all the odds.
The highest paid coach in the world is a bit overrated. Ana West player kama nani? Anaitwaje huyu? Umu Chelsea nilikuwa nataka kusign.
Felix.
Yeah, Felix.
No, Felix.
Felix is a very good player. But anakuwa isolated huko mbele tu. Unaona team yenye nini hawana possession.
Yeah.
Atletico kila mtu ako nyuma. So team wenye wapata possession, they have a long way to travel hadi huko mbele. So hiyo na West attacking players sana.
Na he always is a recent players. Mara walikuwa na Morata wamemrudisha tena. Griezmann amerudi tena.
Torres.
Yeah, Torres. Huwa ana resign players tena after kuacha waende. So I don't know with him. But at least how can you say about Madrid now? You see, kwa sababu wao hawajapoteza game. I think they are the only team that hawajapoteza game yote. Ama wamewin all the games, right?
We win 9 out of 9.
9 out of 9?
In all competitions.
Baka
walidraw game kwanza.
Wamedraw game moja, So what do you expect from Real Madrid this season? Do you think they'll go ahead and win I mean, not even Champions League, the La Liga again?
They are winning everything.
Oh, really?
You see, the former president of Real Madrid, he said Real Madrid will dominate in the next 100 years.
Dominate where? In La Liga or in Europe?
Everywhere.
Why?
Na bado unaona wanaendelea kudominate. You see, they signed Chumeni and Kamavinga to replace na huyu Casemiro.
Yeah.
In 2024 nini yake na expire.
Yeah.
Anaitwa huyu Benzema.
Yeah, Benzema.
Yeah, then in 2024 pia release clause ya Haaland inakuwa active. Raiola aliekea Haaland release clause yake, alikuwa mjanja before kufe.
Yeah.
Aliwekea release clause ya 120 million.
Okay, but I think
Real will
consider Mbappe instead of Haaland. Haaland will still have some time.
Mbappe si alijifanya, they won't sign him again. You see, Real Madrid is that Ni yule mtu mwenye he doesn't beg.
Yeah.
They'll even come for James. You see James alipewa contract juzi, si ndio?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll come for him. Now there's one thing about Real Madrid, when they come knocking, you won't say no.
It's not easy to say no. But I think James has come 5 years in Chelsea, so that ndo aliva ende huko. It has not been really good for Chelsea players leaving to Madrid. Most of them are flopped at Madrid.
They'll pay anything.
Rudiger is not the person, the same person that we sold to them.
Alidhani ataenda ingia first 11.
Hey, mase, kina Militao are doing wonders na Alaba. Wow, we've had a good session. Then let's now have a rest.
Yeah, let's call it a night. Then we'll continue from where we have left.
Yeah.
The football kuna news every time, so we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have some other, probably tomorrow again. We'll have some things to talk about. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this session, for the session that we've had. So guys, if you're here for the first time and if you've not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel so that each and every time we are here, you will be the first one to know that we're having a discussion here. So let's meet tomorrow, possibly. Thank you, man.
Bye.
Okay, thank you.